Medieval Revolt and Royal Authority. The Peasants' Revolt of 1381 was caused by a mix of social, economic, and political tensions in medieval England. Following the Black Death, which killed about a third of the population, there were fewer workers available, and labour became more valuable. Peasants began demanding higher wages, but landowners resisted these changes. In 1351, the government introduced the Statute of Labourers, which froze wages at pre-plague levels and restricted peasants' freedom to move in search of better work. This angered many peasants who felt their rights were being ignored. The social and political reasoning for the revolt was encouraged by preacher John Ball, who was excommunicated by the church in 1366. The social norms of the medieval period were that the monarchy was chosen by God, and therefore were more important than peasants. However, John Ball believed that in God's eyes everyone was equal, and therefore encouraged peasants to rebel. Economically, the country was struggling due to the costs of the war with France during the 100 Years' War. Richard II tried to introduce a series of poll taxes to fund the war, which was a tax that everyone had to pay regardless of wealth. By 1381, the tax had been raised 3 times in just a few years, and people were fed up with paying it. In June 1381, Wat Tyler led a group of peasants from Kent to London, demanding a reduction in taxation and an end to the unfair feudal system. They attacked symbols of authority, including the homes of wealthy officials, and destroyed the Savoy Palace. The young King Richard II, just 14 at the time, met the rebels at the Mile End and promised reforms, including the abolition of serfdom. Although the revolt was defeated and failed in the short term, many of the things that the peasants were fighting for came to fruition in the long term. Less harsh laws and more support for the poor became part of the government system in the future. The revolt also demonstrated the power of ordinary people to challenge authority, influencing later movements for change.